Oh, it's recording. Yeah, we did it. Okay, good. Hi, guys. Welcome to our live call that we do all about what is this Beachbody thing, what is this coaching thing, and how did we find it, and how are we successful, and how can you get involved too. So that's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Meredith. If you guys don't know me, I am from New Jersey, and I've been a coach a little over 2 years now. And I like to say that I am the CEO of Team Takeover, and that is who you're going to hear from in a little bit, also some of the teammates. But basically, Beachbody as a whole, the company is all about helping people live healthy and fulfilling lives. And for me, that was something that I loved, because it's something that I truly just believe in, and it's something that I really wanted to do for myself, and I wanted to help others do the same thing. So that's sort of why I fell in love with Beachbody as a company, and their programs changed my life. I mean, I went from never working out to being a huge fitness fiend, and I've totally changed my life because of it. And I am a full-time Beachbody coach. I've been able to take my passion and truly make it my career, and now I do this full time. And it's really amazing. But what we usually do on these calls is I'm usually the one that kind of shares my story and my journey, but I get to have a guest tonight, so I don't have to talk. And I'm very excited because Ashley has played a really big role in my life, and she doesn't know it. She just came out of the blue. One day we met on social media, and I don't even know if it was Instagram or Facebook or maybe both, probably both. But a few months ago, I think it was like December 2014, I didn't even know who she was, and now I consider her one of my closest friends. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is you just meet these people that are just supposed to be in your life. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear from her, because her story always makes me cry. So I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to pass it over to Ashley.
Perfect. Thank you, Meredith. As she said, my name is Ashley Hare, and I have been a Beachbody coach since probably the middle of February of 2015. So I met Meredith through Facebook, and I'll kind of talk about that a little bit more, but that's kind of how I got started. I was just kind of randomly seeing her. And so today I kind of wanted to talk about my story and how I've changed my life through, health and fitness, which I never thought I would, never been that kind of person. So if you ever thought that as well, I just wanted to kind of reach out and show you my story, and maybe it'll inspire you to change your life as well. So I'll just go ahead and jump right in. Okay. So this is my journey. For a long time, I was like a 20-something in daily chronic pain from endometriosis. Some of you may not know what that is, but that's actually kind of the thing that drew me to Meredith, because she also has that. And actually, a lot of the people that are on the team do. So I have a lot in common with a lot of the ladies that I deal with every day. And I'm so thankful for that, because they provide, a lot of support. And so when I first started, that's kind of where I was. Every day was painful. I had 3 different surgeries in about 3 years, did multiple medical procedures and treatments and quick fixes, and any fad thing that was supposed to help, I tried, and none of them really worked. And so I was pretty much at a point of, I didn't know what to do with my life. I was really depressed about it and woke up every day and felt terrible. Was 25 and didn't feel like a 25-year-old. I felt like I was in my 50s. I didn't want to go out at night. I never wanted to hang out with friends. I was always trying to find a way to say I couldn't come to something, but do a different excuse for it, instead of having to say I was in pain, because I felt like people just, didn't take that for what it was worth and didn't understand. And so I just always felt really bad, and I never did anything because I just never felt well. And so I kind of just lived every day to get to the end of the day so I could get back in bed. And so it was just no life for me. And these pictures, like the one in my wedding dress, I mean, that was almost a year ago now, and I look happy, and this photographer took this picture, but it literally is, I walked out of the aisle with my husband and had to sit down. And so I was squatting in the middle of the field because I couldn't stand up anymore, because I just exerted so much energy at my wedding. And so that was like the before picture. That was like, it was cutesy, whatever. He thought it was adorable, but it wasn't a cute thing. It was just, I was in so much pain and I needed to sit down. So I realized there had to be more to life than living like that, and just living every day like it was the worst day of my life. And then the next day I woke up and that was the next worst day of my life. So I just had to find something that worked. And so a fellow endo sister actually mentioned Meredith on Facebook and said, I think you should really follow her. Seems really inspiring. She wasn't actually involved with Meredith, so I don't even know how she came to know her, but she said, look her up and try it out. And so I remember sending her a message on Facebook, I think before Messenger was a big thing. I didn't have Messenger. And so she never got the message. And a month later, I remember sitting at work and being in so much pain, and I was by myself and I had to carry all these heavy boxes, and I was just at the end of my rope and crying. It was just like, I've got to find something. And so I was like, I'm going to figure out another way to find Meredith and get her to tell me what she's doing to make herself better. So I ended up emailing her, and then that kind of started everything in December. And so ever since then, we've grown a lot closer, and she's kind of given me a lot of help and things that I really needed help with. So that's kind of where I started. But before all that happened, I always grew up, I was never overweight, and I never had struggles with that kind of stuff, but that never meant that I was healthy. And so I feel like that's kind of a common misconception when you're called skinny. Everybody's like, oh, you're so skinny, I'm so jealous. But I ate terribly. Like I never played sports. I never ran. I never did any exercise. I just kind of I didn't really do anything for myself. I wasn't fueling my body. I was just eating whatever I felt like because I could, and it didn't really do anything to me. And so everybody was always jealous of that. But, I remember my mom told me that at some point when I was 5 years old, I don't think you can fail ballet, but I did not succeed in ballet and was kicked out of ballet because I didn't have any hand-eye coordination. And so I just was not into group fitness and sports and things like that. And I remember vividly not trying out for junior high cheerleading like all my friends because I couldn't do a push-up. And so I was like, well, that's required. You have to do like 10 push-ups. It was ridiculous. But to me, I was like, absolutely, I can't do it. So I'm just not going to do it. And so for 4 years, I missed out on all that bonding because I was too scared to even try to figure out how to do it, just because I didn't have the strength and I didn't want to learn. So that was just kind of how I grew up. I just was a yearbook staff, and that was fine for me. I loved it, and that helped me with the career that I'm in today. But I just never went out of my comfort zone because I felt like I couldn't do it because I was too small, and everybody always told me I was just so little. And so I just kind of internalized that, and just that was how I lived. So in college, when I was officially diagnosed with endometriosis, it was fall of 2010. That was when I had my very first surgery. And, after that, like I said, I had 3 different surgeries, 2 rounds of Lupron, which is crazy, terrible drug. But, I did it because I didn't know any better, and did a lot of other medical things, and none of them worked. And so I think I tried probably a gluten-free diet once in a while, but I never really committed to it and wanted to do it for the right reasons. And so that never worked out for me. But to date, I've been on a gluten-free, mostly soy-free, although that's a lot harder. And I'm trying really, really hard to keep to that. But any processed food a lot of them have it. So it's been really hard. And so I've got to be better about that. But I've been on this 5-month journey to be my healthiest, happiest version of Ashley. And I'm still new, like I said. So the soy-free thing, I'm new and I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm really trying, and I'm trying to get my family to be healthier with me, and just trying to make as much progress as I can because I have seen the results. And for a while there, I was feeling amazing and never had any pain. And so that was a first for me. That's never happened. And so I knew that this was not just a fad. This was something that I could continue if I really wanted it. And I do. So that's kind of where I've come from and where I've come to. And so it's been really crazy to see that. So that kind of goes down to this. I mean, I realized the only thing in life that I needed to change was myself and my attitude. February 1st was when I decided I was going to be a whole new me. I stopped taking every medicine. Stopped with the gluten, really tried hard to stop with the soy, exercising every day, which I never did before. I would do, before my wedding, I exercised a lot, ended up hurting myself, and so I had to stop, but I never made it a point to do it every day and make it a routine. And so now every morning I try, and if not, I do it at night because I have this goal for myself. I set it every day and say, this is what I have to do. It's non-negotiable. My husband does it with me too, so that's always exciting. But at the end of the day, endometriosis is in me, but it's not me, and it's never going to define me anymore. Like, I don't want that to be the reason why I can't do stuff. So I figured something had to change. And obviously the only thing you can change is yourself. So that's what I decided to do. And so I started following Meredith and trying to do everything that she was doing. And that was kind of the rest is history after that. I mean, fitness and nutrition kind of brought me back, I say, to the land of the living. Like, I feel like a real functioning human again. Like, for a while, I felt like a shell of a person. I didn't feel like I was contributing anything to society because I just was trying to get by and live through the day. So I just made it my goal, and my why is just so I can help others and give them the freedom that I gained when I decided that my health was the most important thing, and nothing else mattered. If I can't be healthy, no one else can be. I can't help other people without helping myself first. So that was a big aha moment for me, and it took, I 7 years of being diagnosed with it and being in pain for that to actually sink in and actually happen. So, it may not be today for you, but you'll find that reason and you'll stick with it, and that'll be your why. So that is something always I have to think about. But I kind of went from feeling so lost and not having a true calling in life to having a purpose and knowing that this is what I was put here for. Like, I was meant to be in this pain and understand what this is about, to help others that are in the same situation and be a true sister for them and help them do what I've done, like Meredith did for me. And so, I went from spending days on painkillers in bed, taking 1 to 2 pain pills a day, which is terrible, but to feeling good about myself. And not always, I mean, not every day is perfect, but for the most part, I'm feeling a lot better. And I know what I can do to make myself feel better. And I know that continuing to do the nutrition and the fitness is going to help me in the long run. So realizing that was a big change. But I used to just waste time after work and watch terrible reality TV. And I mean, I love to read, so reading's fine, but like, I just watched all these trash TV shows, and I literally, if you asked me what I did after work, I couldn't tell you because I don't know. I just frittered my time away and didn't do anything worthwhile. But now I have, personal development books that I read. I listen to podcasts and try to learn about other people and actually get out of my comfort zone and talk to new people, which is really helped me in every facet of life. So it's not just my business that it helps me. So that's always been really exciting for me to do. And it's hard, but it's worth it. I had terrible nutrition and no workout goals to, having this health and wellness lifestyle. Like, I feel like people that see me on Facebook probably won't believe it because I never have been about this, but now I've drank the Kool-Aid, I guess, or the water, if you're a fitness person. But I live it and I breathe it and I love it. And I've never understood how people can do that, but now I do. And so that's been a really big thing for me as well. And like Meredith said, I found these quality friendships that I never thought I could have with people I've never actually met. Like, I don't know these people, but I see them every week on video calls, and I'm going to see them in July, and I'm so excited. But like, I talk about it to people, and people just look at me like, "You're friends? Like, have you ever met these people?" I was like, "No, but we connect on so many levels because that's all we have is to be able to talk to each other about our common, interests and common difficulties and things that we all struggle with." And so that's how we connect, and it works for us. And so it's just so amazing to see that I have all these friends across the United States that, I've never met, but I'm so excited to. So that's a big deal. And then, just at the beginning, I had a terribly stressful job that just, I think, made me even sicker. And now, I mean, I have a better job that has a better work-life balance, but it also, I have the Beachbody that I can determine my success. Like, no one else is telling me what I can and can't do. It's really just me. So if I fail, it's because I'm not doing what I need to be doing. But it's so nice to be able to build that from the ground up myself and have that responsibility. And so that's been really exciting. And it kind of reframed the whole model of success for me. I've realized so much over these past 5 months. It's been so little time in real world, but it feels like it's been forever. And I just love it. So like I said earlier, knowing your why, it's got to be personal or you're never going to continue with it, and it's never going to mean anything to you. I mean, my why, I've got some pictures to my husband and then my crazy Beachbody family over here doing our showing our muscles, one night. And like a lot of the times the meetings that we have, like afterwards, like that's the most I've laughed in like the whole day, like just talking to them, and they just know me on a totally different level, and I'm able to be free with them and be my own self. And so that's just so freeing, and I love it. And then friends that I never expected would ever work out, didn't ever want to be like that, just kind of like me, I guess, start coming over to my house and working out with me and posting about it and being so excited and being like, "Hey, can I come over and work out with you?" Like, that's amazing to me. I just want to share what I felt and the great feelings that I get from working out and feeling healthier with everybody else. And so when I have a friend that does that, like, it just blows my mind and I just love it. And so that keeps me going, that, and then knowing that I just don't want to be defined by what I can't do. I want everybody to know what I can do, and just living my life to the fullest and being the healthiest I can, and feeding my body and not, treating it badly, because this is the only one you get. And, so you got to be serious about everything that you put into it. And so that's really been a big game changer for me. And I want to keep my husband around for a long time. He has high blood pressure and he's got problems himself. And he's noticed a lot of changes through our diet and exercise. And so that's my main goal. I want us to be healthy and stay happy for a long time. So just knowing your why and keeping it personal, I think is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself. So those are my reasons. So this kind of comes down to you then. So what do you love, and what would you want to get paid to do all day long? Like, what do people say that you're really good at? What do people come to you for? Like, think of all the things that people say are your strengths. Those are the things that maybe the reason why you do this and get into the business. What are you best at? I think that's like the thing you have to kind of think about in your mind. You don't have to be at your finish line either. Like, I think that's a common misconception, because a lot of us aren't to the point where we want to be in life. We have a long ways to go. I know that I do too, but if you can be inspirational and talk to other people and help them be their best self, that's all that really matters. And so, kind of understanding that is key. And we have this recommended reading here. And I think even if you're not serious about coaching and you just want something that's going to help you in life, is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And that was the first book I read as personal development. And it was just so crazy to me, because it just talks about these little things that you do every single day. It doesn't matter what it is, what part of life it's in, if it's your Beachbody business or if it's just in your relationships. There's little things you do every day really add up and make you your best self. So I would recommend checking that out. Love to read, so check it out. And so I put this quote here. I thought this was really fitting. It says, "Who will you be tomorrow? That's entirely up to you. That's the cool thing about life. Every day we get the chance to do better, so why not take it? There's no reason not to. Like, what are you going to lose? You have everything to gain and nothing to lose, really, if you think about it." So that I thought that was really great. And then sharing my authentic self. So this is kind of about your why and just not being afraid to talk to other people. I know it's really hard to share your story, especially for me with a medical issue. That's kind of it's a female thing. It's really weird to talk about with boys in general. But once I started doing it, I can't tell you how many people came out of the woodwork saying that they either had endometriosis or knew someone that had it or had heard about it. And so they were impressed that I even talked about it, and were like, more people should come out and say it, because more people have it than you would think. And so it's nothing to be ashamed of. And when you're authentic and you honestly share, your story, the right people are going to approach you, and the people that you want to associate yourself with. And so I mean, don't be afraid to share your story, even if you think you don't have it all together, because no one has it all together. And then I think this was a picture. Meredith did a photo challenge, and it was an endometriosis awareness photo challenge. This is the first picture I posted, and it was like what endo meant to me. And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, no one wants to see this. And I don't even like seeing my scars that I have. Like, I don't like putting on a bathing suit. Like, I get very uncomfortable by it. But that was like the first thing that I put up, and just so many people were so supportive. And it just will blow your mind if you really let people be as genuine as they really are. And you'll have a whole new understanding of people. People are great and really want to support you if you let them. So don't ever be afraid to connect with other people, because a lot more people have the same issues and can relate to you if you just kind of put yourself out there. So, okay. So there's a lot of different programs for Beachbody. I know for me, we kind of all disagree on what our favorites are, because everybody has such a different personality and a different workout personality, I guess I said that twice, but we all have different personalities. So I personally, and Allie, she loves Autumn, which she's her favorite. She was my first. I think she was Allie's first program maybe. And she kicked her butt, but she's awesome, and she's ripped, and I want to be like her when I grow up. And so she was my first program. And so 21 Day Fix really like meant the most to me, just because that was the first thing that I did. And I realized I could do it, and I wasn't scared doing it, because I finished it and then did it again and then got the extreme version and did that twice and like kicked its butt. And I was like, I can do this. I'm not scared. And so because of that confidence that I got starting off on that program, I'm able now to do P90X3 with my husband, which is insane. And I just did it, and I still can't really feel my arms or reach my arms up above my head right now. So, but I have so much confidence in myself that I never had, because if you rewind, you'll realize that I said when I was in junior high school, I couldn't do one push-up. I just did 111 push-ups just now, and I can feel it. It feels like I did. And I never do pull-ups either. Did like 40 something pull-ups. So you really can do whatever you set your mind to. And these programs are amazing for beginners, advanced people, and intermediate, and every shape and size. And there's also, ultimate reset and 3-day refresh. And so there's just so many different things that you can do, and there's so many opportunities. And so I feel like there's something for everybody, and like size is in the middle. It's staring me down in the face, but that's coming in July. It's a dance kind of routine with Shanti, and I'm terrified because I can't dance at all. But I know, me saying that, in July when I go to a summit in Nashville, Meredith's going to make me dance and do size with her, because, once upon a time I couldn't do push-ups, and now I can. And so look where I am. So there's so much that you can do, and so many things that you can find that your customers will appreciate too. And if you can't find something, I don't believe it. I know that there's something there for you, because even the littlest people who can't do push-ups can do P90X3. So I encourage you to kind of just check them out. There's so much that you can do. And then I'm just going to talk a little bit about Shakeology. I'm going to turn my light on too, because I'm kind of going into the dark. So Shakeology is something that was really new to me, and I wasn't sure about it. I will be very honest that the price was very concerning at first, because I was just like, I don't know if I can spend this much, and, I have a budget and all this stuff. But once I started drinking it every day, I realized that it kind of cut out my need for my daily cup of coffee, which is a terrible, terrible habit for me. Every day was Starbucks. And so that was more than $5 a day, probably, if I'm being honest, because I would get something to eat too. So it was more than worth getting, because although you pay up front, it's less than a Starbucks every day. It's so much healthier for me. My immune system, I've noticed, has been so much better, which never would have been the case. I have a terrible immune system, but that has helped me. So I drink it for breakfast, and I'm full until lunch every day. And I get all these vitamins and minerals that, I couldn't even find all that stuff at the grocery store to be able to take supplements. And I hate taking pills. And, in February, I decided just to stop taking everything. So this is my fix all. Like, it just helps me with everything. And so it kind of gives me all the nutrients that I need. And, it's clinically proven to reduce cholesterol and blood sugar, and it just helps you just be healthier person. And so you can use it however you want. There's so many different flavors. I do the vegan Shakeology, the chocolate, like Meredith did, because it's dairy-free and it's soy-free. It's good for us gluten-free ladies, and it's just been great. And I haven't noticed any ill side effects. Like, I've never noticed anything that I didn't like because of it. And now my husband's drinking it, and he loves it if I make it for him. So I make it for him every day too, and that fills him up. And so that cuts down on another meal that we have. So I really feel like if you balance it out, our budget would be even better now, because we're not eating out as much. And we're getting the nutrients that we need. So it's been great for us, but that's my personal take on Shakeology. I know Meredith might have her own, so I'm going to let her continue on this little journey, and we will speak more at the end.
I love Shakeology. I can't say enough about it. I felt the same way before I drank Shakeology. The protein shake thing, and I'll tell you guys a true story too. When I first got my bag, I didn't know that there was a scoop inside of the bag, because I never did that stuff before. Like, I never had a shake, and I was using a spoon. Yeah, I had no idea, but it was like a huge game changer for me. Like, I swear, Shakeology is the reason why I've been able to stay on such a good track with my eating, and not have any, not go down the road of like sneaking chocolate bars at night, because I can have something that's actually chocolate, and that's not going to make me sick, and that actually helps me. So the one really cool thing about Beachbody is that we're growing so big. Officially, there are 300,000 coaches, and we're just growing and growing. And the cool thing is we are in all over the United States, obviously, but we're also in Puerto Rico and Canada. And we have our very own Canadian down there, if you guys can see. Wave. Hi. Oh, there's another one. They're popping out. But the cool thing is Beachbody's honestly just growing, which is awesome because, I mean, there's just so many people that need our help. So there's going to be lots of opportunities. Oh, speaking of our Canadian, top and center, front. So Janine is awesome. She is a mom of 6, and she's also a holistic health coach. So, you know, when people tell me, or, you know, even when I think to myself, like, oh my God, I'm just too busy. I'm like, Meredith, take a deep breath. Like, Janine has 6 kids. Like, you can get through life, you know, like, you'll be fine. Kate and Nick are in Wisconsin, and they run their Beachbody business as a couple, as like a team, which is awesome. They have 4 kids between the 2 of them, and they both have their own thing. I mean, Kate owns her own, it's called the Rosewood Manor, which is like an elderly assisted living home. And Nick is a recruiting consultant. So they both have extremely busy lives, and they still make time for Beachbody. And then there's Davina, who is living it up in New York City, just killing it. You know, she has big dreams. She wants to be a voiceover coach, which I think is awesome. So one day we'll hear her voice on like a commercial or something. But anybody can be a coach, and that's the one thing that I love about Beachbody, because I know when I signed up, I was like, who's going to buy something for me? Like, I'm not even fit. Like, I don't have any cred. But if you just have that passion, and that's what we all share on the team, we all have that same passion, that one thing that we just want to help people. So as long as you want to help people, then you could be successful. So what exactly do coaches do? So that's like a big thing, right? Like, what do we do all day? The one thing is Beachbody is very big on just putting yourself first, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because your job is now to put yourself first, and to work out, and to eat right, and to talk to people, and to share your journey, and to do personal development and read books. So one thing is being a product of the product, doing the programs, drinking your Shakeology every day, following, you know, a meal plan or the 21-day fix, and making it a true lifestyle, and then just sharing your journey. Like, that's exactly how Ashley and I connected, was because I put myself out there. And if I never did that, we wouldn't be on this call together. So big picture stuff, it's really crazy what you can do as a coach. I mean, you can connect with people all over the place. And then eventually it just naturally progresses to you becoming a leader of your own team. And you just attract people that want the same thing that you're doing for yourself. Now the good stuff, right? Earning money. So there's lots of ways that you can earn an income with Beachbody. So there's different levels of rank, and obviously the higher rank you are, the more you can get paid. But the bottom line is you get direct sales commission. So you can get anywhere from 25 to 35% off of anything. So that includes Shakeology orders, that includes programs, but you also get this thing called team cycle bonuses. And that's the cool thing that I love about our team, because we really do all work together. If I'm having a really great week, the entire team is going to see it. If they're having a really great week, I'm going to see it. So we all truly just kind of work together and pick each other up and push each other to continue growing and to continue moving, because we all see each other's potential. And you know, the more you do, the more it grows, and the more you see it being a consistent thing. Like, every single Thursday, there's just money in your account. It's pretty crazy. So now you're ready to start with us, right? So the first thing that I honestly would say to yourself is, how much time can you commit to this? Because this is a legit business. Like, you are starting a business online. So it's one of those things where you're going to get what you put back in. So starting out, I would say anywhere from about 3 to 5 hours a week. And that could be, like 15 minutes every day. That could be 1 full hour, on a Thursday afternoon, whatever works for you and your business. But you're going to see it come back tenfold if you truly make that commitment and stay consistent with it. And the best way to sign up as a coach is with a challenge pack. So a challenge pack is a program of your choice and Shakeology, and it's kind of bundled up together for you. And what happens is all of your coach fees get waived, which is awesome. And depending on what program you pick is the price range that you'll fall in. And each month there's like really cool sales. Right now we've got PIO, Insanity Max 30, Beachbody On Demand, all those fun stuff. And then what you're going to have after your initial sign up, every month there's going to be a $15.95 fee. And that fee just includes all of your websites, because you get 3 websites and they all come in Spanish also. So essentially you get 6 websites, and they're fully functioning websites. Like all you have to do is put your picture up and you're done. So you have so many tools that are already given to you. So that's basically just a maintenance fee. You also get discounts on everything as a coach too. So you'll get 25% off of everything, and that includes Shakeology, which is awesome. And then we also offer a military discount. So if you are a military wife, you're in the military, there's all these discounts and you don't pay any of those fees. So when you first sign up, the one thing that truly drew me to our team is the fact that we had this apprenticeship group, and you weren't kind of just left out in the middle of nowhere by yourself. You had so much support, and that's what we do as our team. So it's kind of like we're repeating what I went through, because that was amazing. Like, why wouldn't you want to learn? So we're going to take you through our first 14-day business boot camp, basically. So it's 10 days of learning all of the basic stuff. You're going to learn so much stuff about social media. You're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn about everything that there has to do about Beachbody, which is awesome. And you're also going to be a part of an accountability group where you can go and ask questions at any time if you need. You'll also get one-on-one mentoring with me, whoever you sign up with. We have weekly team calls, which are so fun, which I know Ashley showed the picture of us showing our muscles, and we were having a little dance off. It just happens. But you also get all of that stuff, and you get, so out of all of those 300,000 Beachbody coaches, Team Takeover is currently ranked 124. So out of like everybody that's a Beachbody coach, like you would be joining the top 2% of Beachbody. Like that's amazing. We have great training. There's even some people on our team that are in the top 10, like finished number 7 out of every single person. So all of that training, all of that knowledge, like you guys are basically going to get to. Like you can't put a price tag on that. And then also there's truly honestly a need. I get asked all the time that like, well, what if you run out of people? Because I know everybody that's done P90X. I was just at the airport last month, and the line for McDonald's was out the door. It was like an hour wait. And there was a salad place right next door with nobody in line. There's a need. Just go to your Walmart. There's going to be a need. There's people out there like that truly need our help and that might not even know about Beachbody. I didn't even know about Beachbody because I don't stay up late at night, so I don't watch infomercials. I'm not an infomercial girl, so I had no idea about Beachbody until I just happened to stumble upon it when my boyfriend was doing Insanity. Like, I had no idea. So there's so many people out there. And the cool thing is, too, like, you can earn straight up cash. You can earn T-shirts and prizes and so much stuff just for doing the work. These are real people that have really just decided one day that they were going to change their life. And now, they're just have a lot of cash because of it, right? Okay, guys, so this is, that one time where you can kind of just say, okay, now what?
Yeah, so Meredith and I are here. and there is some contact information here for you to contact either me or her, or both, whatever. And we can help you decide what you want to do with, if you want to just be a challenger, you want to be a coach, like whatever. We're here for you guys, and have a little meme here. Meme, I don't know. I call it a meme. And anyway, so it's like, let's talk numbers, but keep in mind I can only count to 3. So be nice with your questions, or else I'll send them to Meredith. But no, but really, we really want you to dream big. Like, what do you really want out of your life, and how are you going to get there? And what would you do if you never had to worry about money anymore? Like, how freeing would that be, and what would you do with that? So it's kind of up to you. Your future is all up to you, and you're the only person that can change yourself, and you've got to make that change if it's something you really want to do. So let us know, and we can help you out, and we'd love to have you on the team, because we're really good.
Yeah, we are.
So well, thank you for your time tonight. We really appreciate it, and we hope to hear from y'all soon.
Thank you.